Hello Mechwarriors, I am doing a quick build review of some changes to the Longbow 8V that I called Hippopotas. Now I'm calling this the hybrid Hippopotas. And the changes actually come from one of my subscribers whom I subscribed to his channel. He's got some great content. Here it is. Here's his channel. You can see that he has builds that he does as well, but not just, putting stuff together, but the reasons why he does it that way. He's been doing stuff for a long time. One of my channels that I really dig getting content from. And I want to show you my hybridized build of what his build was and my build together does for you. And what it really does for you is it gives you better range and better armor. His build has a little less armor, but also has a lot of really good ideas into it. I just felt like it didn't have quite the armor that I'm used to, and I really want to have that good survivability in those matches where things don't always go as planned. So I want you to check it out, but here it comes. So the original build I had two medium pulse lasers and an X pulse laser. Now I'm going to go with his idea of putting a tag laser in here because the tag laser has a huge range boost. It comes with 750 on an Innersphere mech, which is really nice. And then you also get an additional 450 meters and some change on top of that. So that's putting us out at 1150 meters of range just on the tag laser alone. That's well beyond a lot of Innersphere and clan LRMs, so that would be really nice if you could do that as well. But we're not talking about LRMs, we're talking about arrows. In addition, his build has a Beagle Active probe and the sensor package. Mine only had the sensor package, so that is a big bonus, being able to have that target gain time boost in addition to the range boost. So 25% range boost and targeting gain boost of also 25%, and then you're getting mech detection range boost as well of 120, which means you're just going to detect that mech just a little bit quicker. The advanced sensor package, God, you just gotta love computers. The advanced sensor package, in addition to giving you a zoom boost, which gives you a 200% zoom boost on level 2, which kind of, in my opinion, negates the need for advanced sensor pack boost. Which also is a skill that you have to use, and it's kind of wasted. And you also have to sometimes retask the button from the V button to something else. But I hate having to take my eyes off the screen if I can help it. And my typing's not that great. But you're getting a sensor range boost of 10% as well, and then you're also getting that targeting gain time boost of 42.5, which is way better than the Beagle. But we're not comparing them against each other, we're stacking them. So now we've got a sensor or a targeting gain time boost of 67.5%. And that is a big deal, being able to get that lock that much quicker. Sensor range boost, that's also really a nice feature there, 10%. So now when you take a look at the arrows with the skill tree that I've revised and this build hybridized from his design and mine, and you'll see his channel in the description as well. We went from having a range of 1,500 meters, and I think I had mine scaled out to 1,589 meters originally. Now we have a range of 1,725 meters. Now, realistically, testing that 1,725 meters, I found it to be a little bit closer to 1,723, 22 meters as far as being able to do damage. The optimum range is the same as well, and the projectile speed is set at 200. Now, if you put velocity on board, I think you could probably get that a little bit better, but I didn't do that. Honestly, these things fly slowly through the battlefield anyways. I didn't figure that was going to be wasting 5 skill points on that versus someplace else that was really going to be that big of a benefit. So you can argue that one, but I'm not interested. In addition, I also have a half a ton of ammo, and on his build, he had 2 of the tons of ammo out here on the right torso without case protection. That's a no-go for me, especially on an XL engine. He put the Beagle down in the leg. Maybe it's just he just forgot about it, But putting ammo up in one of the torsos or even on the arms without case protection, to me, is foolish. Now, granted, I've got it down on the legs without case protection, but honestly, you lose a leg on a mech like this, it's pretty much over anyways. But if you lose a torso on one of these, you're dead right away. So the option between doing it on a leg and doing it on the arms or the torso, I mean, it's the lesser of two evils, honestly. Are you going to get attacked? Yeah. On his build, he removed 15 points of protection in the legs. So this would, instead of saying 0, would say 15 less. He also removed the critical damage protection that you have in the skills tree, which I can't go with, because this here is a 32% reduction in critical hit chances. That's what that amounts to. I'll take any percentage I can get. But his build does have a very good merit on the battlefield as well. He went with 2 in the rear. I went with 3 in the rear. It's just, honestly, that just comes down to play style, really. He probably has just a little bit better situational awareness than I do. Maybe that's what the case is in that case. But somebody doing 10 armor in the rear, I mean, you might as well be walking backwards. That's just nuts to me. But anyway, so yeah, this is that build, and you're going to be able to see in a moment out on the battlefield at Polar Highlands Classic the range boost you're getting out of this build and why you should probably do it. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description for the build code, the skill code, and also to his channel. And once again, he's got some great content, and he keeps people on their toes. Here we are doing a weapons test of T-Pac's build, and this is using his skill tree and his build setup. So you notice he has a tag laser, and it has a PPC, and then of course the 2 arrow bores. So at this range, we are definitely not in range of the weapons. PPC, no problem, which is a nice feature, and we'll just shoot that off. Nice little hit. And at 1652, we are out of range for the arrows. And at 1650, it looks like we are in range. And let's fire and see what they do. Nothing. Let's get to 1649, see what happens. Well, we got a hit. So 1650 is the maximum range that they show a lock. 1649 is where they actually start doing damage, which seems about accurate because that's what I experienced on my build. Let's see where the sensor range picks up on this build. Let's see, 1344, we got a lock. 1345, let's see if the lock stays. Nope. So 1344 is the range of his sensor range, which is still not terrible. I mean, it's not bad at all. It just means it's just not quite as far as I can get out to with my setup. Now, granted, my setup wouldn't have existed if he didn't alert me to the fact that my sensor range was severely lacking. So with the combination of his build and my build together, we can kind of co-op a hybrid build. And then we start making some really good movements there. Here we are testing my build for the range difference between his build and mine, but more importantly, remember, I wouldn't have figured out this build had it not for T-Pack pointing out that I had a severe lack. So once again, we are testing the range that I have set up using his build and my build hybridized together. And right now we are sitting at 1,612 meters away, and we're going to walk it in until we get the sensors locked up. So it looks like we're at 1610. Let's see if we can walk it back to 1611 and see if it holds the lock. Still holding. 1612. Nope. We're at 1611 and some change, it looks like. So 1610 is the maximum range of the sensors, and of course let's test the weapons to make sure that they're going to fire. Firing. We definitely made contact. So 1,610 meters is what it said before, but now it's saying 1614. It's a game. So let's just walk it back a little bit. It's weird. When you're looking at the reticle, it's saying that the target is 1,614 meters away, but it's saying the range to target is 1610. So I guess technically this ranges out to 1,614 meters as far as the lock goes. Let's just test it a little bit and find out. There's 1615. I'm probably going to lose the lock. Yes. But as soon as I put it back on, did you see how fast the targeting gain information was? It was almost instantaneous. That's the advantage of having the advanced sensor package on board and the Beagle Active probe. So again, we can fire again. One more time. Absolutely doing damage. Oof. I don't think that's going to take much more than that. Sometimes on the test map, the missiles don't fire right. It's just something that they haven't bugged out yet. There we go. Bye-bye.
Oh, a surgical strike right there!
So we were able to get all the way out to 1614 meters on my setup using his setup, and I'm sure he'll probably make revisions on his, or maybe he'll leave it the way it is. He's happy with it. The thing about it is you want the maximum possible range that you can reach out and touch somebody, and the reason is because you don't even want to be thought about. You don't want them thinking, oh, hey, there's that guy, blah, 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 blah. What you want is them to go, oh, there's some missiles incoming. It's probably an LRM, an ATM or something. And then, oh, it's so very not those weapons. And nobody's thinking about it being Thunderbolts, because Thunderbolts have really terrible range. They're thinking about it's either an arrow build or an ATM build. And they're hoping it's an ATM build. But in this case, it's not. It's an artillery strike with the arrow force. So in conclusion, this build setup with T-Pac's design and my design hybridized into each other really gives you a super advantage on the battlefield. If you decide to run one of these Longbow arrows builds, it's going to give you a huge advantage in the range for the sensors and the weapons range as well. Being able to reach a little bit further out than before, and also be less detectable, because remember, at that range, I don't think anybody's really going to be able to sense you coming. They may see you as a glyph on the battlefield. You might see them as this little speck, but they might see you as the next target. And don't forget to check out T-Pac's channel right here. And also, my wife, Ginger Steele, has a channel now, and she's putting up some really good content. And her builds that are coming out soon are really amazing. Honestly, it's been a game changer for me trying out some of her builds. They work really well. She hybridizes hers in a different way. She runs ATMs and LRMs together. So, you know, when you don't have line of sight, those LRMs are really useful. And when you do have line of sight, you can do the LRMs as long as they're in range and the ATMs together. And it's a huge advantage, seriously. You know, somebody gets a target lock at Luthien or Tourmaline or Canyon Network, and you can't hit them with your ATMs, chances are your LRMs are going to be able to reach out and touch them. And, you know, it's just that much more damage you can get on the battlefield. Think of it in terms of if you had only ATMs on your build and you did 500 damage, think of it in terms of being able to do 800 or 900 damage in that same match. So check out her channel as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my content.